Hello, everyone. I would like to say that me and my family, we send our condolences to all the families in Texas, the 19 children, 2 adults. We would like to thank the Skokie Police Department for their hard work, the detectives that's involved in our beloved Jeremiah's case. Learning information yesterday in court with who it was that was charged in the murder of my nephew, it hit our family real hard. It hit us close to home. It's a tragedy that the girlfriend of my beloved little cousin, Ralph Banks, will orchestrate an act of violence against his family. Something we as a family know he would have approved of. I ask my family and everyone else to hold their peace. Let the Lord fight the battle, and the investigators of the Skokie Police Department, who we truly appreciate and thank so much. Thank you. Yes. My name is Stanley Jones. Stanley Jones. Yes, the first young lady who was charged was the girlfriend of my cousin Ralph Banks, who was murdered about 5 or 6 months ago.
So your cousin that she was connected to is now deceased?
Yes.
But she's charged with orchestrating the shooting?
My sister's house.
Why was she confined?
Evilness.
Do you believe she was targeting the little boys, or was she targeting your family?
I can't say. I ain't the shooter. Can't say.
There were some threats, from what I read in the proffer, there were threats made on social media by her, I believe. When you guys got wind of those threats, did you guys go to police or did you know anything about those threats?
Well, we knew about the threats, but, you know, being so close to home, you don't take it as though it really would be played out. So we trusted God for everything else.
What message you have for her directly? What would you say to her?
I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for her family. She got to deal with this. She got to deal with it. She got to suffer, which she will. And I thank the Skokie police for it.
Do you know the other 2 suspects?
16-year-old little guy who allowed them to manipulate his mind to go do something like that. I feel sorry for his parents and everybody that loved him. I hope that they can get back up, and they need to use God to get back up, and hopefully they will, but you got to pay for your crime.
Do you know them? Do you know the other 2 suspects?
No, sir.
Police officer said there were a lot of family members at Jeremiah's grandparents' house that night. Were you there?
No, not on this particular weekend, but that's a comfort place that we all go for comfort. My sister's house. I mean, it's just full of love. It's my sister right here. You can take some questions.
How y'all doing?
State your name, please.
My name is Centauria Williams Adams.
Spell it, please.
SENTORIA WILLIAMS Adams. ADAMAS. I'm Jeremiah's grandmother. Pardon me? You said how? I'm doing the best I can. It's been terrible. To know that someone would come and shoot my home up with my family in there, and considering the peoples that did that, I'm always barbecuing, I'm always cooking. I always have my grandkids over. They knew we was they knew that we was in that house as a family, and they've been putting threats on our life for the last since August the 23rd. They've been putting threats on our life for an incident that did not involve us at all. Ralph Bank, I love truly. I raised him in my home with at the time I had 4 kids. Ralph Bank and his mom and brother lived with us for 10 years. For 10 years. It's no way in hell I would allow someone to tell me that they did something to him and not say anything to anyone or let anyone know that someone's trying to hurt him. Jeremiah is my grandson. He's a sweetheart. He's a sweetheart. He loves coming over to his nanny's house. He loves for me to cook. He just loved being with us. And I loved having him over any chance I got.
You were there that night, you said, sleeping on the couch, putting some police report.
Yes.
When all of that, can you just kind of take us back a little bit? You know, when you heard the gunshots, what happened? What did you do?
I was kind of I was shook up a little bit because we had a metal fan there. So I didn't know what it was at first, and the fan was kind of shaking. So I'm guessing like one of the gunshots had hit the fan, and it was a metal fan. And it was shaking all on the floor, and I wasn't sure was it gunshots or did the kids throw something in the fan and hit the fan, and I wasn't sure at the time, but when I first woke up and I did hear something, I rolled to the floor straight to Jeremiah and Tyrell, and I started yelling, telling my husband that it's shots. He was saying, no one's shooting, it's the fan, look at the fan. And I'm looking, but I grabbed Jeremiah, and my arm tucked under him, and I felt blood going through my fingers. So
What did you do?
I started yelling, call the police. And Skokie police, I called them, and I was yelling and screaming, and they was trying to calm me down. And they did arrive, and I was telling them it was shots, but I don't think they was that convinced it was shots right away. But by me sitting on that floor holding Jeremiah, and I had pumped him some in his chest, but as I'm sitting on the floor, I'm looking around, and I looked towards my window, which had an end table there and a lamp, and my computer was sitting there, and you can see the burnt holes through the shade of the lamp. So and I knew then it was bullets. Yes, of course. I relive it every day since then.
Neighbors say that there was a shooting in the same building before, maybe even in the same unit a couple of years ago.
We have no idea anything about that. We didn't know that until we had moved there, and some tenants had told us an incident had happened. I guess not inside the apartment, but outside the apartment. But we didn't know anyone there or anything related to that.
What school did he go to?
He went to Herzl Elementary over on the west side of Chicago.
What grade?
Love, third. He loved dancing. He loved he loved basketball. He loved being with his family and friends, and he loved eating. He loved seafood. One of his favorite dish, and cabbage. He called me Nanny. Yes.
Any update on the children's parents? How are they holding up?
We're right here.
Here.
Is there anything that you guys would like to say?
No, I really don't.
Well, I'm Jeremiah, your father. Cecil Toussaint. Cecil Toussaint. CECIL. Toussaint. TOUSANT.
How are you holding up, sir?
Trying, day by day. day by day. I'm glad we got justice. And my baby was it's his smile that brightened up the city. He loved TikTok. He just wanted to be a kid. We fight to tell him, not this weekend. We got you this weekend. But he managed to get his grandma, bring him. So it was just the smile of him. He loved his nanny. He wanted to be with his nanny so much.
And he was so thirsty he wanted to go to his nanny house and finish celebrating his birthday. That's it.
But his birthday was May 11th.
He had just turned 9, and with all the rub about someone gonna shoot my husband, and we didn't go over to the birthday party. So I told him that he can come over and we would, do something together. Earlier that day, I barbecued outside the home, and we just hung out there. And he was trying to get me to take him to Skokie Water Park the next day, and I wasn't sure if it was even open, and so that's what I told him. He'd have to wait till tomorrow, and we'll see. So that was our plan.